Today on Shop Nation, we do a shop update to show where we've come so far and look at where we're going in 2019. So we always seem to start in this corner of the shop, and as you can see, it looks a little bit different, not totally different. Biggest improvements we made so far is we've hung up both the miter and the crosscut sled for the table saw close to the table saw, so that's useful. Found a home for my big obnoxious ladder, and also have some storage for my long straight edges, squares, and crosscut guides. Now you'll notice that the floor is still a work in progress. There are lots of miscellaneous items stored here like floor jacks and even bug sprayers. Now making your way around the shop, I have the lockers that I know a lot of people have asked about. These things are great. And since I've built the cabinets, which we'll get to in here in a second, they're largely empty. This bay here is the only one that's really used, and it's got car stuff in it. So if we're washing the cars or doing any detailing, this is where that stuff lives. I still have yet to figure out what I'm gonna do with the other two bays, but additional storage. And of course, next to the lockers is the toolbox. Now, if you are an early subscriber to the channel, you'll remember some terrible videos in which I organized some of the drawers. As terrible as those videos are, the messaging is actually really good, and I use it all the time. I cannot tell you how nice it is to go into a drawer, find exactly what I need, and put it back exactly where I found it. For an OCD person like me, it's wonderful. Now, I still have a couple of drawers left to do in the toolbox, but by and large, it's organized exactly how I want it. Also, since building the Ultimate Shop cabinets, which again we'll get to here in a second, I've been able to free up quite a bit of space in the toolbox, and that can only mean one thing: I have to buy more tools, right? Now next to the toolbox is my drill press and bandsaw. Now one request that I get quite often from viewers is if I would do a review on the tools that I own. Now that I've had these for about a year and put them through their paces, I feel comfortable actually doing a review. I don't know about you, but there's nothing worse than looking up a tool review and watching somebody unbox it and give their opinion on it. How do you know what works and what doesn't? So now that I've kind of experienced them and got to use them, I feel like I can give you some useful information. So expect a review on the drill press, the bandsaw, as well as my table saw. Now you can see I've got some clamps that do not have a home yet, so eventually I'll be doing some sort of clamp storage as well, which is likely going to be another video. Now if we pan over to this corner of the shop, if you go back to the first video I ever even put out on this channel, it was the original shop tour, kind of the starting point, if you will, of the channel. This was covered in crap. There was patio furniture and tools and shelves and all kinds of stuff. All of that is cleared out, but in its place is another temporary storage solution, and that is this little workbench here. Right now it's just holding a dehumidifier, a generator, some miscellaneous tools. This is eventually going to go away. What I envision for this back corner of the shop is actually my metalworking area per se. Now this is a small shop, so there's really no way to separate metalworking and woodworking, which in an ideal world would be separated. But long-term vision is to have some sort of small CNC machine, maybe a small lathe, and a welder. Now that's a lot to ask for in a small space, so it's going to be interesting how I tackle that, but that is eventually where I want to get to. So in order to do that, all of this is going to have to move and be relocated. As we continue along the wall, we get to the corner, which is essentially the start point of the Ultimate Shop cabinet build, which if you have not seen that, you should definitely check that out because it came out awesome. Now one area of the shop that is underutilized, and I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do, is this back corner. Right now it's being used to store a dolly, which is not very efficient, and I have a couple of ideas of what I want to do there. I know I need a trash can in the shop, and I think that would be a good location for it, but there's also an opportunity for some storage up above it. Yes, the Ultimate cabinet is probably my favorite thing about the shop right now, but that is going to change. I've begun the process of trying to fill up all of the drawers, and I've run out of stuff to put in them. So just like the issue with the toolbox, I just need to buy more stuff. I'm trying to be very thoughtful of how I group things in drawers and where I locate them within the cabinet themselves. So for example, in one drawer, I'm trying to put all of my drill accessories. So you may be saying, well, you made a drill cabinet for that. Well, that's exactly how things change in a shop. I realized that, hey, having a one-stop shop for all things drill related doesn't necessarily make sense for things that are needed on the drill press versus with a hand drill. So what I'm going to do is separate them out. Everything that is specific to a hand drill, I'm going to be putting in that drawer. I can have drawers dedicated to electrical tools and even PPE. Now one project that I know I'm going to get to this year is under cabinet drill storage. I think that if I consolidate the drills to mounting underneath the cabinets close to the area where I'm storing all of the drill related hardware, it makes it a really efficient way to do work. That is likely going to exist under there. Now another desperately needed upgrade is tackling efficient dust collection of the miter saw. Currently there's a hose going from the stock dust collection port on the miter saw down to a blast gate, but I found that to be about 20% effective. What I plan on doing is building sort of a shroud around this back area that captures more of the dust. Also, I want to do some sort of stop block system. Now what I'm thinking is using T-track on the surface and having stop blocks that I can put on and take off as needed. This makes my work surface more usable anytime I'm not using the miter saw. So over the holidays, I invested in some more woodpecker layout tools. Now this stuff is not cheap, but it's really nice to have. And what I plan on doing is mounting these items on my wall control panels. Now wall control sells a lot of stock hangers and brackets, but I think what I'm going to do is 3D print some custom holders so that everything is exactly fitting where it needs to go. Now as we kind of move down the wall of the Ultimate Shop Cabinet, we get to the corner where my air compressor currently lives. Now this wall next to it is an opportunity for some storage. I have a really cool idea for that, and that's going to be a video in and of itself. Now as we make our way back to the garage door towards the front of the shop, we have where I temporarily store wood. Now I actually threw away a lot of wood just to get to this point, and this is all stuff that I know that I'm going to use in the future. But of course it could be better. So I need to build a low profile storage cart on casters preferably that kind of fits into this back corner. That makes this a heck of a lot more usable. Now another big opportunity area for the shop is actually lighting. My current shop has 2 LED fixtures, and frankly that's just not enough. So that is definitely going to be a topic that I tackle coming up, because it really not only affects the work and the craftsmanship that you're able to achieve, but it's also just safety. Now by far, one of the most frequent requests that I get on my channel is, hey, are you going to publish plans or dimensions of your ultimate workbench? So this year I plan on doing a sort of upgrade to this table. I'm going to be adding a lot of cool features and actually refinishing it to match the cabinets that we already built. And as part of that video, something that I'm going to do is give you exact dimensions of everything on the table so that if you wanted to recreate this table, you could. Hopefully it serves as a really good reference for anyone looking to build this table as a sort of video plan instead of a paper plan that you might download. Now I've got a couple other topics that I want to cover this year as well, but to do that, let's head upstairs into my indoor shop. Welcome to what I call an extension of my workshop or my home office. Now in this space, of course, I have my desk where I do a lot of my design work as well as my day job. And then on this side, we've got 3D printers. So we're almost at the 1-year mark of using this desk, and I can say that it's holding up great. The finish is holding up, the amount of space is a good amount of space, and the amount of storage is perfect for my needs. Now my day job has me working from home, so this is kind of home base for that job. But at night, when I work on Shop Nation things, this is where I do all of my editing. Now on the side opposite my desk lives my 3D printers. Now this is the other desk that we made in that same build video for the main desk. Now on the far end of the table is sort of my hobby grade printer. That is a Prusa i3 Mark III. I do plan on doing a video of that printer coming up because I think it is an excellent entry grade 3D printer if you want to get into the world of 3D printing. As you progress down the desk, we have a little workstation where I've made some custom tool holders. I've got spool storage kind of stored overhead. And then on this side, I have a Mark Forged X7 3D printer. Now, if you didn't know, I am an engineer at a 3D printing company called Mark Forged. So my day job involves a lot of 3D printing and consulting around designing for additive. So having these tools here in my office makes all the sense in the world. Now this wouldn't be part of Shop Nation unless there was some level of organization, right? So in these drawers, I have my tools organized in the same Kaizen foam that I used down in the workshop. As we progress down, I've got all of my heat set inserts and hardware that I use a lot of times when I'm doing assemblies of 3D printed components. Some more of that here. And then as we go farther down, I've got things like materials and spare parts for the different printers that I have. Okay, so that's it. So that is my workshop as well as my home office kind of as they sit today. There's still some work to be done. I've got a lot of projects, as mentioned, that are going to be coming up on the channel. I've also got some life changes coming, so I've got to see how that balances with the channel as well. But my intent is to keep creating content that's useful to you. If you have any suggestions on videos that you'd like to see, or something that you maybe saw in my workshop that could be an improvement that maybe I should do a video on, please leave it in the comments. I really appreciate hearing back from anybody who watches the channel or just fans in general. Also keep in mind that there's 2 additional ways to keep in touch with me. One, I've got an Instagram account that I kind of update sporadically about behind the scenes things or things that I'm thinking about. And then I also have my website at shop-nation.com. All right, I will see you guys next time at the next project.